everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be my last video that I probably do for this year, only because Christmas is next weekend and the weekend after that is the New Year's holiday, which is a lot of time whenever I'm spending a lot of time with family and we're traveling to see my husband's family and such. I may try to sneak a video in there, but you may not see my December wrap up or my January TBR until the beginning of the new year. So today I'm going to kind of mesh both videos that I wanted to do into one. I have a book haul that came from either books that I pre-ordered or books that came in subscription boxes or special editions that I had purchased. And also I wanted to update everyone on my December TBR, like where I'm at, how many books have I read, and things like that. So if you definitely like this content or you want to stick around for next year to see some more amazing content, make sure that you like the video, make sure that you subscribe down below, and also make sure you leave me comments. Let me know if there are any books that you think that I would be interested in reading, or any books that I'm currently reading that you're reading as well. You can also head over to my Instagram, where I am pretty active on there as well. So let's talk about the books that I have recently gotten in the mail, books that I've pre-ordered and such. Don't mind me. I know that I look like a mess today for the past week. I've been sick. My husband's been sick. Now my parents are sick. And so I'm needing to run over there, to make sure they're okay as well. Because we're supposed to be doing candy making at my mom's house, which is about 25 minutes away. But that's not going to happen today since she's not feeling very well, but hopefully soon. So that's why I look a little disheveled and like I just got back from, maybe sleeping for 8 days straight. It's just been quite a whirlwind on the sickness that's been going around. So I hope everyone is okay where you're at. So the first book that I got was from Fairy Loot, and it's called The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. This book I had read a few years ago. I don't remember a whole lot about it. I definitely want to read it again. But this book is stunning. These edges are beautiful. It's a naked hardcover. And then it also has some end pages in there. And then also it is signed by Holly Black. So this is a very stunning edition, and I can't wait to read this one again, because I think I remember a few years ago whenever I read it, it wasn't one of my favorite by Holly Black. I absolutely love the Cruel Prince series by her, but aside from that, I felt like this one fell very short. It was a little too YA. But, I want to give it another shot because I really do like Holly Black's writing and everything. So I can't wait to dive back into this one. The next one that I got was, this came out of a monthly box, and it is from Fairy Loot. It's The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Meeks. So on here, I don't know much about this book. I've never heard of it. I am pretty interested in reading it. It looks like a very beautiful cover. It has an ombre sprayed edge. It did come with a signed book plate instead of the author signing it, but the end pages look gorgeous. So on here, this one is about, I'll just read to you the synopsis, so then that way we both can know what's going on, because I've never heard of this book before. Ranka is tired of death. Now she just wants to be left alone, living out her days in the wild north with the coven that raised her, attempting to forget the horrors of her past. But when she is named Bloodwyn, the next treaty bride to the human kingdom of Isidol, her coven sends her south with a single directive: kill the prince. Easy enough for a blood witch whose magic compels her to kill. Except the prince is gentle, kind, and terrified of her. He doesn't want to marry Ranka. He doesn't want to be the king at all. And it's his sister, the wickedly smart, infuriatingly beautiful Princess Aramis, who seems to be the real threat. But when witches start turning up dead, murdered by a magical plague, Aramis makes Ranka an offer. Help her develop a cure, and in return, she'll teach Ranka to contain her deadly magic. As the coup draws nearer and the plague spreads, Ranka is forced to question everything she thought she knew about her power, her past, and who she's meant to fight for. Soon, she will have to decide between the coven that raised her and the princess who sees beyond the monster they shaped her to be. But as the bodies pile up, a monster may be exactly what they need. So that sounds actually pretty neat. I can't wait to kind of dive into this. It sounds very unique, something that I've never read before. I usually don't read about a lot of witches, and this is going to be pretty interesting. So I can't wait to get to that one. The next one is one that I pre-ordered, and it finally came, but it is 1,000 Heartbeats by Kira Cass. Now, I know, excuse me, I know that Kira Cass is one of those authors that either you love or you hate. I, of course, read the Selection series like most everybody did, or at least you've heard about the Selection series. It wasn't, an outstanding book, but I loved the series nonetheless. She came out with another duology called Betrayed and Betrothed, or Betrothed and Betrayed. I don't remember how they both go, but it was a YA romance, kind of in the, medieval times kind of thing with a prince and all of that and all these different territories. That one was kind of bad. Very bad. I enjoyed reading it at the time, but things did not make sense, because it was I'm in love with this person even though I've only known them for 2 days. So it was quite different. I didn't know why she wrote it the way she did, but it was kind of enjoyable. This book sounds to be absolutely amazing. I love it. It's about a girl who is betrothed to a prince of a different, area or continent or whatever. And, he doesn't really want to marry. She, is reluctant and things like that. But they find love in the most unexpected ways. And so I can't wait to read it. It's pretty thick. It's a lot thicker than a lot of Kira Cass books. But I wanted to read to you the back of it, because it sounds so amazing. And it says, I told myself that it had been the rain. It was something hitting the mountain, or a tree falling, or anything else, really. But every time Lennox smiled or touched me, or even looked at me a certain way, I would hear it again, the sound of 1,000 heartbeats. And so I can't wait to read this one. Kira Cass, of course, is hit and miss. I loved her Selection series. Didn't really enjoy Betrothed and Betrayed, but still, had kind of an okay time. Saw this coming out, pre-ordered it. Can't wait to read it. I don't know if it's going to be a standalone or if it is going to be a series. We'll see, but 1,000 Heartbeats by Kira Cass. I can't wait to read that one. And then the next one came out of my Goldsboro Science Fiction and Fantasy Fellowship series or subscription box that I get. It is called The Immortality Thief by Taryn Hunt. Now, this one is a straight sci-fi series, but what I really like about Goldsboro is I like science fiction and I like fantasy, and they tend to send me books that I've either never heard of or probably wouldn't pick up on my own, and I end up enjoying them more times than not. So I really like the subscription service. Sometimes there's been a book or two that has really not hit the mark for me, but that's okay. All of their books come, designed. So this one has kind of a really pretty galaxy edge. And then they all come numbered and signed by the authors. And it's actually pretty neat. But this one, let's read what this one's about, because I don't know. I haven't really read a whole lot about it. But far off the edge of human existence, beside a dying star, lies a nameless ship, abandoned and hidden, lost for a millennium. But there are secrets there, terrible secrets that would change the fate of humanity, and eventually someone will come looking. Refugee, criminal, and linguist Sean Wren is made an offer he knows he can't refuse: life in prison, voluntary military service, or salvaging data in a long dead language from an abandoned ship filled with traps and monsters, just days before it's destroyed in a supernova. Data connected to the Philosopher's Stone, experiments into unlocking the secrets of immortality. And he's not the only one looking for the derelict ship. The Minister's mysterious, undying aliens that have ruled over humanity for centuries want the data, as does the Republic. Humanity's last free government, and time is running out. In the bowels of the derelict ship, surrounded by horrors and dead men, Sean slowly uncovers the truth of what happened on the ship in its final days and the terrible secret it's hiding. So that sounds absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on it and read it and devour every minute of it. So I think Goldsboro did an amazing job of picking this one as well. Then the next two are special editions that I purchased from Fairy Loot. I originally wasn't going to purchase these because they weren't signed or anything. I mean, they did have sprayed edges, and they are, like a special cover, which I think you can get the cover, anywhere else, but the gold sprayed edges you can't. But then I told myself, I have to. He's one of my favorite fantasy authors, and I just couldn't resist. So it is The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson, Part 1 and Part 2. So these have, the gold sprayed edges, which is absolutely gorgeous. I wish it was signed, but I'm sure that Brandon Sanderson signs a lot of things, and so I'm not too upset about it, but I'm pretty excited to add this to my collection. I absolutely love The Way of Kings, and I love the whole Stormlight archive and the Cosmere and everything like that. So he has a lot of books that are in this entire universe that are all interconnected. So I don't know if they're going to come out with more of these, but if they are, I'm definitely going to be picking them up. Then the last book that I got was sent to me from the author, and it's her new book that it came out in September, and it is Midnight Crown by Rebecca Garcia. This is an absolutely beautiful, stunning cover. She did end up signing it and sent me, some bookmarks and some art and everything, and so I absolutely love this series. The third one, Darkest Heart, comes out very soon, and then the fourth and final one will be coming out in January or February. So definitely pick up the Shadow Kiss series if you like vampires, if you like spice, and you'll have such a good time. Now let's go on to my December TBR. I have not read near as many books as I wanted to this year or this month, because due to my annual enrollment ending on the 7th of December, and then we're still trying to play cleanup from that, and then getting sick, and then my husband getting sick, and then Christmas coming. It's just not been a good month. I'm just going to be honest. The only book that I have finished is Embolden by Siri James and Ryan James. It's a mother and son. I read the first book, which was Forbidden, in September, whenever my husband, picked out 2 books for me to read for the week. And I finished this up. I don't know if there's going to be a third one. I feel like there needs to be a third one, but I don't know. It's been years since this one came out, and I don't find anything about it. I'm not very happy with how Claire and Alex's story wrapped up. I'm not very happy with how her father came back into the picture and kind of how the plot progressed. I feel like in Forbidden, it did great, following a storyline and an arc and everything that was very believable. And then in this one, it's not. It's kind of all over the place. It's trying to wrap up too many storylines, but yet continue a really good plot and an overarching arc. And I just don't feel like this really was great. But, I'm happy that I read it. It did answer a few questions for me. If the third one ever does come out, I will read it. But as of right now, I don't think that there is going to be one. So I did read that one. I just gave it 3 stars. It's okay. It's nothing amazing, or like how Forbidden was, where I was like, I need to read the second one right now. I don't have that feeling. Like, if there was a third one, I don't feel like I need to go out and just read it. And then the other one that I am working on is called The Liar's Crown by Abigail Owen. I don't know if I'm going to get this finished by the end of the month, but if I do, I'll put it in my December wrap up. I really haven't read a whole lot this month, which I'm very disappointed about. But Liar's Crown was an arc that was sent to me from Entangled Publishing, and I still am trying to figure out what's going on, because it's about how her sister, they're twins, or maybe they're not twins. But anyway, one is supposed to marry this evil king, and the sister doesn't want her to, or doesn't want her to go through that. So she tries to, impersonate her. And that's about as far as I've gotten so far. So I'll let you know if it's good. Right now, I'm still trying to get a grasp on, what's going on with this. The other books that are on my TBR that I probably am not going to get to is Imperfect Angel by Christy Barth, and then also Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. These two I probably won't get to until next month. I also have Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood, but you're currently being propped up by that book. I'm probably, again, going to have to put that on my TBR next month. But if you see any books that I have hauled that you'd want me to read sooner rather than later, or the 3 books that are still on my TBR that I'm probably going to put for January, if there's any in there that you've read that you feel like I need to put as a top priority, definitely let me know. But until next time, everyone, I hope you have a great day, a Merry Christmas next week, and a Happy New Year if I don't see you until the new year. Bye!